Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing today? I'm doing well, thank you very much. And today I'm going to be speaking about not the World Cup for the first time in what seems like a week and a half. Games coming thick and fast. I feel like this has just been an absolute roller coaster, and every single day there seems to be a new topic point. But today is something different. Obviously, usually I'm talking about as well a manager either being sacked or a game that's going on, a reaction to it, and my analysis over it. But today we're going to be speaking about a manager that's gone from one Rangers to another, which is BEALE from QPR to Glasgow Rangers. But if you haven't already, please can you go and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate all the subscriptions I've been getting recently. I've just hit over 100. And I do appreciate everything I'm getting. I'll get that that screen out of there. 90% of you are unsubscribed, and again, I will say I'm not sure what that means, to be honest with you, whether that's a good or a bad thing. But today, like I said, we're going to speak about Michael Beale, who's gone from QPR to Glasgow Rangers, and obviously a month ago he was linked with Wolverhampton, and we thought, oh wow, a manager who's got a bit of loyalty about him, who's shown that he can go from you know assistant at Aston Villa and at Rangers, which is another point, I suppose. I will speak of that in a second. To a Premier League side and reject them essentially from QPR. And well, he's let's look at his record. He's had 22 games, won 9, 5 draws, 8 losses, and it's key to understand that at the time of his Wolves link and when they spoke to him, QPR were undefeated in 5 games, and I think they won all 5 games at the time as well. Right now, as it stands, QPR haven't won in 5 games. They've only got 1 point in the last 5 games. I keep saying 5 games, but I will get the quotes up from a month ago. So this one basically says that he was honoured to be linked with Wolverhampton in the first place. He said it was a privilege to speak to Wolverhampton about the vacant job role. But in the interview, he said loyalty to those who gave him his first shot at management was a deciding factor in turning down the opportunity at Well on You, which is something we'll get on in a second. There's been a lot in the background. It's been quite a difficult few days, personally. By the way, these quotes from a month ago about the Wolverhampton job, because I'm really focused on here and everything that came out of the blue. These really do snowball, in basically saying this is his first opportunity in management, and he wants to be really honest and give back to the ownership that trusted him in the first place. I took that task on with a lot of enthusiasm and excitement. They enabled me to build a management team and enabled me to recruit some players that I really wanted to work with. I had to talk to them, sometimes with their parents, sometimes with their agents, sometimes with their wives, to convince them that QPR was the right place to come. So it has come all a little bit too soon. What, a month? It is the aim for me to go and work in the Premier League like it is for all of our players. And the idea is to go out there and go up there, basically go to the Premier League as a group. It was a real privilege to be asked to go to speak to them, but I didn't think it was the right moment because I had entered into an agreement here. Integrity is a big thing for me, and loyalty. You don't give it to receive it back. But I think if there are values you live by it, then at times you are put in a position, then you have to be strong by them. And this one just says at times, if we're going to if we're doing well, then obviously there'll be speculation and temptation. And as I said just a few moments ago, obviously at the time they were doing well and they were flying in the championship. I think they were top of the league at that point. And I think that really sours everybody's grapes right now is the fact that everyone was along the ride with this McBeal loyalty thing, and they were really hoping that he would stick around with QPR with this QPR project. That he talked about to the fans, he talked about to the players and the staff there, and basically all of the Championship football. As a Blackburn fan, I found it really refreshing that this manager at QPR is choosing the Championship over the Premier League, even though the riches and the rewards of the Premier League is much greater. And you only get few chances to be a manager in the Premier League. There's only 20 jobs in the whole world, isn't there? Essentially, to be one of those 20, like Nathan Jones going to Southampton, they do deserve it. And I think that Mick Beale being linked with Wolverhampton at the time was a little bit too soon. But I think that people found out that obviously with Gerrard now being sacked at Aston Villa, that maybe Mick Beale is the one that got the cogs turning at Rangers, got the cogs turning at Villa, and obviously at QPR he's having a great season so far. Granted, like I did say before, once it gets a little bit tricky, once it turns a little bit sour, they've not won in 5 games. Will he have his head turned? This this answers the question, doesn't it? And I think ultimately it's a bit pathetic, isn't it? To like I said, to just jump ship from a project at QPR with young players for a team that showed you loyalty, that showed you commitment, and gave you the first opportunity, for you to just basically turn your back on them when you said that you were going to be loyal and show the integrity of a man, of a human being, is a bit of a disgrace, isn't it? You can't sugarcoat it. It is pathetic. And like I said, he has lied to the fans. He's lied to the parents. He's lied to the agents. He's lied to the employers. He's lied to the championship fans as well. And it just ultimately shows that there's no loyalty in football anymore, is there? I think that's an obvious statement. It's a clear statement. Mick Beale showed that not only there's no loyalty in football, that he hasn't shown his integrity in his own words. His actions spoke louder. And, well, annoyingly, to flip side it, to be the devil's advocate, you can understand it. You can understand it because with Rangers, they're a huge side, aren't they? And then this is why it's so annoying, because you can't turn down the second deal, but ultimately you can't say what you said before. You just turn it down and be quiet. You can't say all that spiel about, oh, I'm here for the long ride. I'm here for the project. Rangers are 8 points behind Celtic right now, which ultimately means that the season's over, because Celtic aren't going to lose that many points anymore. I think that we know from Celtic over the last 10 years that they're not going to slip up this many points. Positives for Rangers: obviously, there's a potential of the Champions League next year. I know that they had the worst Champions League record in history, to be honest with you, and that's probably why Van Bronckhorst got the sack, as well as his performances in the Premier League of the Scotland. It's shown that he was maybe key to the success under the unbeaten run. That's another positive I will say. Obviously, look at Gerrard now at Villa. Didn't go that well, and yeah, I think that annoyingly you can understand it, but frustratingly it is pathetic. And, well, I hope that QPR get a lot of compensation, and I hope the QPR get a better manager than Mick Beale, because they deserve it right now. Mark Warburton gave them the foundation. Mick Beale showed them the light, hopefully, before leaving. And yeah, very, very annoying. Very, very frustrating. Rangers fans, let me know what you think, because the Mick Beale style of football that he showed in his 22 games is really good. He's sort of very focused on a high press and a very, very staunch defensive process, where he allows the football to come to you, and it has a very wide wing play as well. I think that it will go well at QPR. It did go well at QPR, at Rangers, and I think that it will bring you success. Obviously, Rangers are a huge, huge team, potentially Champions League, like I said. But congrats to Mick Beale, I guess, for progressing in this short amount of time. Hats off to you. You've done well. Hopefully you won't get. Hopefully you will succeed at Rangers, because it is a huge risk, isn't it, for leaving a team like QPR. But let me know what you guys think. This one's a bit more of a ranty one, because it baffles me, the the lack of integrity over Mick Beale. But let me know what you thought on this, and leave a comment below. Like the video, and yeah, any QPR fans, subscribe, because I feel your pain right now. And I will see you soon. It'll probably be about World Cup. I'll see you in a bit, guys. Cheers.